Viewers, do you know about the Alaska Senate seats, parliamentary representation, courts, historic buildings, schools and universities, government sector, culture, literacy rate, and population of Alaska? I will discuss these topics. The Alaska Senate is the upper house of the Alaska legislature. It comprises 20 members who serve staggered 4-year terms. The members of the Alaska Senate represent districts that are determined by population. Elections for the Alaska Senate are held every 2 years, with half of the seats up for election in each cycle. Alaska House of Representatives. The Alaska House of Representatives is the lower house of the Alaska legislature. It consists of 40 members who serve 2-year terms. Like the Senate, the members of the House represent districts based on population. Elections for the Alaska House of Representatives are held every 2 years. Alaska boasts a rich history, and there are several historical and famous buildings across the state. Alaska State Capital Juneau. The Alaska State Capitol is located in Juneau, the capital city of Alaska. The Capitol building serves as the seat of the Alaska legislature and houses the offices of the Governor of Alaska and Lieutenant Governor. Constructed between 1929 and 1931, it is an iconic symbol of Alaska's state government. Russian Bishop's House Sitka. Situated in Sitka, the Russian Bishop's House is a historic structure that dates back to the early 19th century. It was the residence of the Russian Orthodox Bishop of Alaska during the Russian colonial period. Today, it is a National Historic Landmark and part of the Sitka National Historical Park. Wickersham House Fairbanks. The Wickersham House, located in Fairbanks, is a historic home that once belonged to Judge James Wickersham, a prominent figure in Alaska's early history. Built in 1904, it is now a museum and a popular tourist attraction, offering insights into life in early Fairbanks. Alaska Native Heritage Center Anchorage. While not a single building, the Alaska Native Heritage Center in Anchorage is an important cultural institution dedicated to preserving and promoting Alaska Native cultures. It features exhibits, performances, and demonstrations showcasing the traditions and heritage of Alaska's indigenous peoples. Old Federal Building Anchorage. Built in 1938, the Old Federal Building in Anchorage is an Art Deco-style structure that served as a federal courthouse and post office. It is now listed on the National Register of Historic Places and houses the Anchorage Museum's administrative. Alaska's education system comprises both public and private schools, offering a range of educational opportunities for students across the state. Public schools. Alaska have approximately 500 public schools, are organized within 54 school districts, and a state residential boarding academy. These include 34 city and borough school districts and 19 regional educational attendance areas. Alaska had 131,587 students enrolled in a total of 502 schools in 53 school districts. There were 7,459 teachers in the public schools, or roughly 1 teacher for every 18 students, compared to the national average of 116. Private schools. Alaska have approximately 57 private schools. The culture of Alaska is incredibly diverse and shaped by a blend of indigenous traditions, the influence of Russian and European settlers, and more contemporary multicultural elements. Indigenous cultures. Alaska is home to numerous indigenous groups, each with its own unique languages, traditions, and art forms. These include the Alaska Native peoples such as the Inupiat, Yup'ik, Aleut, Tlingit, Haida, Athabaskan, and others. Indigenous cultural practices often revolve around subsistence activities like hunting, fishing, and gathering, as well as storytelling, drumming, dancing, and intricate artistry, such as carving, weaving, and beadwork. Arts and crafts. Alaska has a vibrant arts scene, with artists drawing inspiration from the state's stunning natural landscapes and diverse cultural heritage. Traditional Alaska Native art forms, such as totem pole carving, ivory carving, basketry, and mask making are highly prized and continue to be practiced alongside contemporary art forms like painting, sculpture, and mixed media. Dance play integral roles in Alaska's cultural expression. Traditional Alaska Native dances, often accompanied by rhythmic drumming and chanting, are performed at gatherings, ceremonies, and celebrations. In addition to indigenous music, Alaska is also home to a variety of musical styles including folk, bluegrass, country, and contemporary genres. Festivals and celebrations throughout the year. Alaskans celebrate a wide array of festivals and cultural events that highlight different aspects of the state's heritage. These include the Alaska Federation of Natives Convention, the World Eskimo Indian Olympics, the Sitka Summer Music Festival, the Alaska Folk Festival, and numerous celebrations of indigenous culture, seafood, and winter sports. Alaska's cuisine reflects its geographical location and diverse cultural influences. Traditional indigenous foods such as salmon, halibut, moose, caribou, berries, and wild greens are staples of Alaska native diets. Additionally, Alaskan cuisine incorporates Russian, Scandinavian, and American influences, resulting in dishes like smoked salmon, reindeer sausage, bannock bread, and seafood chowders. Outdoor recreation. Alaska's vast wilderness and rugged terrain provide ample opportunities for outdoor recreation, which is deeply ingrained in the state's culture. Activities like fishing, hunting, hiking, kayaking, skiing, dog mushing, and wildlife viewing are popular pastimes for both residents and visitors, fostering a strong connection to. Ranking of police in Alaska: 1 Chief of Police, 2 Deputy Chief, 3 Commander, 4 Captain, 5 Lieutenant, 6 Sergeant, 7 Corporal, 8 Detective, 9 Officer. The most common weapons used by police officers in Alaska are similar to those used by law enforcement agencies across the United States. 1 handguns, 2 shotguns, 3 rifles, 4 less lethal weapons, 5 utility tools. A brief overview of the ranking system, including both enlisted and officer ranks: 1E1 Private, 2E2 Private, PV2 3E3 Private, First Class PFC, 4E4 Specialist Corporal, 5E5 Sergeant, 6E6 Staff Sergeant, 7E7 Sergeant First Class, 8E8 Master Sergeant First, Sergeant, 9E9 Sergeant Major Command Sergeant Major. Including officer ranks: 101 Second Lieutenant, 202 First Lieutenant, 303 Captain, 404 Major, 505 Lieutenant Colonel, 606 Colonel, 707 Brigadier General, 808 Major General, 909 Lieutenant General, 1010 General. Some commonly used weapons by military units stationed in Alaska: 1 M4 carbine, 2 M16 rifle, 3 M9 pistol, 4 M240 machine gun, 5 M777 howitzer, 6 A60 Black Hawk, 7 A64 Apache, 8 M1 Abrams, 9 Stryker, 10 C-130 Hercules. The population of Alaska was estimated to be around 731,000 people. However, it's worth noting that population figures can change over time due to factors such as birth rates, death rates, migration, and other demographic trends.